Hello collectors, welcome to episode 56 of Statue Talk. I'm your host, Joe Prodzik. Unfortunately today the Kato Kid is not with us. The Statue Talk is a show where normally Kwong and I share our thoughts and opinions on upcoming statue previews, pre-orders, and updates to our collection. Today I am flying solo, so Joe, hit the music. So yes, I am flying solo today. The Kato Kid is out in Las Vegas, Nevada today. He's out, I think, for EVO. He's out for EVO. He's not in the tournament. His girlfriend is a cosplayer and also does some interviews at the various conventions, anime conventions, EVO conventions, different things like that. So Kwong is out in Las Vegas. Doing that. I tried to Skype him in this morning, but Skype has apparently stopped supporting streaming apps. So Kato was really disappointed that he didn't get to join us. So today it's just going to be the two of us, just the two of us this morning. So, but I didn't want to wait another week to show off the WonderCon picks. WonderCon summer. I keep saying WonderCon. Summer Wonder Festival was held in Tokyo last weekend. Prime One has a big booth there. They get to show off much more statues than they have in the past. So I didn't want to wait another couple of weeks to get that out to you. So we're going to talk about it a little bit today. So what have I been up to? I've been just working. Still working on the house a little bit, which is why you see the blank, empty background here. Eventually, I think I might be able to put a couple of bestas up here, make some more room in the collection room downstairs. So, I've been reading some comics, Warhammer 40K graphic novel. I've been reading Star Wars book Bloodlines as well. I haven't really watched any movies lately. I've been wife and I just started watching Arrow on Netflix. I never watched that before, so far it's okay. You know, it's one of those kind of, I don't know, teen style WB, you know, in the vein of Smallville style shows. So it's cool. It's something to turn on while falling asleep at night. So I did check out that Venom trailer earlier in the week. I'm really looking forward to the movie. I think Kato is still on the fence. He's hoping that he's going to see Tom Holland at the end. So big news over the past couple weeks is Disney finally finalized its plans to buy Fox. So that means X-Men, Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, all that good stuff is going to be coming back its way. So I'll be really interested to see how that affects the MCU, especially because we have Infinity War movie that's out now, and it's missing a couple key characters that now Marvel, Disney have back. So it'll be interesting to see how they're going to be worked into the storyline. So I'm really looking forward to seeing some really good X-Men movies in the probably not near future, but you know, in the distant future, because I was always more of an X-Men fan than I was an Avengers fan. So I'm happy that we're going to get some really good quality movies. It's interesting that I think Fox had a couple of X-Men movies in the can, said to be terrible, and I don't know if we'll ever get to see them. Dark Phoenix, and there was another one out there which I'm blanking on the name of. So that's what I've been up to. Not really playing many video games, not really watching a whole lot of movies, because in my loft I still don't even have a TV in here, or my entertainment center isn't back in here either. So just kind of being bored lately, trying to figure out what to do. But rewatching the Sideshow Comic-Con video tour a lot, and then watching the Prime One picks and videos from Wonder Festival. So that's where we're going to start. I'm going to cut to the chase. I'm going to just start with Prime 1. Usually go in alphabetical order, but everyone I know wants to see the Prime 1 videos and pictures and talk about that. So first up, I'm going to start with a video that Prime 1 put out of their Wonder Festival. So that is a ton of great stuff in there, and I'll throw up some more pics in a minute. Overall, I think Prime 1 had a great showing. They showed a lot of stuff off that a lot of people were waiting for, like Lobo and some Predator stuff. They showed off some more Alien stuff, and they showed off a lot of Berserk line, which is looking super good. So and a couple pieces we weren't expecting, I think, like Deathstroke and everything. So I'm gonna take a look at some of the pictures from the Wonder Festival Summer in Tokyo. This kind of festival is different from like San Diego Comic-Con because it's like I think it's like one day only, so it's not like a full weekend. But Prime 1 always has a big booth, one because that's where Prime 1 is located, and so they can put a lot of their statues. Whereas for San Diego Comic-Con, they have to ship all that stuff over. Maybe it gets broken because shipping stuff isn't finalized, and so they're shipping it in a lot of different boxes. So we have seen a lot of this stuff before, Evangelion, a lot of that kind of stuff, we saw this on some of these on Sideshow Live, and they are huge and massive and really cool looking. And then the Berserk line here, which they showed off this is the 1/3 scale Guts statue that they showed off, and so as if the regular gut statue wasn't big enough already. The quarter scale guts, which I own and I've done the unboxing on, is already huge already, and now they got a 1/3 version, but looks like his base is probably going to take up the same amount of space. So really digging this line. I did find a spot for my gut statue, but he takes up like half a PAX display shelf, so I don't even know if I can get Femto to put him on there. I know he won't fit next to Guts, that's for sure, but he probably would fit on sort of a cubby. So I don't know, just because this line takes up so much space, if it's something that I'm going to be continuing. I think for me, having Guts by himself is good, and I'm sitting here looking at these pictures and just I'm amazed by how good this line is, and it keeps getting better and better with all the different pieces that they have, especially that Zod in human form, and then the Zod in demon form. They don't even have his wings on yet. I would have zero place to put that in the room. I'd have to have some sort of I don't even know. I'd have to build an add-on room to the house in order to fit that guy in my room. Right now my statue room is the smallest room in the house. I think it's even smaller than what we're calling our back craft room bedroom right here. So used to be used as the guest room, but for years now it's been my collection room. And that Femto looks great. Slan looks awesome, and all these guys look really cool. So someone can get that full set. I mean, it's just going to be great. So I've watched season 2 of Berserk. I got it just before we started working on the loft. I got the Blu-ray, and so because my loft area where I generally watch most of my TV is out of commission, I haven't watched season 2 of Berserk yet, but I do really like the anime. I love the movies. I'm looking forward to watching season 2, and I am glad that I picked up that Berserk statue. So not a lot of Transformers at Wonder Festival, but Sentinel Prime, I think that's his name, is one collectors have been asking for. So that's really cool that they got that. And then this massive guy, which he's actually currently on pre-order. So we'll look at some closer videos and pics of him in a bit. Batman Who Laughs, also one of the statues on pre-order. One of the highlights for San Diego Comic-Con was Batman Who Laughs. I don't think we saw a lot of pictures of him with Sideshow during our last video, but we should have some close-up pictures and video as well. So really standout piece. For me, another standout piece, Deathstroke, kind of makes me want to break my 1/3 scale rule, and he may be able to break that rule. Tony, based on the art of Tony Daniel, which I am a huge fan of. I love when he's working on Batman books, and that Deathstroke, which I think is the New 52 #1 cover art, is something that has stood out in my mind for a long time. So we got a couple of statues I ordered. Batman and Superman Hush Fabric Cape Edition, which I ordered. They have altered and changed Batman a little bit. Rather than being crouched so much, he's actually being standing up a little bit more. So he should look a little bit better when posed next to Superman. I've seen that Batman in the background of Huntress. I'm wondering if that should have been the pose, but maybe we'll get him later. So now we got another really cool piece, Dark Knight 3 Master Race Batman. We've already had a sort of Frank Miller Bats, but this is the one from the most recent series. And then I got Ninja Batman, which I have the Blu-ray. I still haven't watched it yet. So we got some of the DC quarter scale line. This is Black Manta, which we'll see in the Aquaman movie at the end of the year. And they got their Aquaman. I'm not sure if this is Injustice, or if this is New 52. But anyways, we got another highlight of the show, Lobo statue, which is amazing. He's even got the space dolphins. Now for me, I already have a great Lobo statue from Sideshow. This is similar but different because this is going to be bigger, and then it's not going to be mixed media, but still looks awesome. This is Alita, the Battle Angel, as you can see, upcoming movie that I'm kind of interested to see. Looks kind of different and unique. I don't know a lot about the character or the movie, but I've seen some previews, and we saw, I think, Hot Toys version of this, and then Prime 1's version as well. This is something I wasn't expecting. There's a big Predator bust from Prime 1, and we got to see a lot of Alien and Predator pieces here from Prime 1. This is a bust with have a mask on him, both damaged and undamaged. This is from the upcoming The Predator movie, which should be out, I think, in the next couple of weeks. I'm looking forward to seeing that one in the theater and making Kwong go through and watch almost all of the Predator movies. He still hasn't watched Predators or Alien vs. Predator Requiem, which is probably the worst movie of the series. But we got a 4K set coming out in a couple weeks that we are waiting on. So now we got some Predator statues here, and this is actually these are actually comic book based, so that's why they look different from the movies. I personally haven't read Predator comics outside of Batman vs. Predator, but it's something the past couple weeks I've been kicking around. So this is something that's tempting me a little bit lately, because I tend to get sucked into hype for like new movies, new video games, books, etc. So I'm getting pulled into the hype for the Predator. If that movie is good, then this is probably something that's really going to tempt me. Even though I don't do busts, this looks this Predator bust looks really good, and look, that even got the light up. Got the light up on the comic book based statues too, so definitely a lot of temptations here. Prime 1 Wonder Festival for me. I don't know if they're going to fit in the budget or even fit in the collection room, but definitely definitely something I will be kicking around, because that one in particular looks really cool, and so he looks almost like he's ready for pre-order. Prime 1 posted up some pics of the Predator bust yesterday. I'm shooting this on Saturday morning, so Friday they posted up a little teaser of the bust. So some of these Predator stuffs look really ready for pre-order. If they do come up for pre-order, I'm guessing late 2019, early 2020 we'll actually get them in hand. So we got some Jurassic Park or Jurassic World dinosaur statues. That one's definitely from Jurassic Park, famous scene from that first movie. So really enjoyable kind of action movies, famous movies. There's my boy Blue. I think they are really cool. I'm not like big into dinosaurs, but I know there are a lot of people out there who are, and a lot of there will be a lot of collectors who buy this who don't necessarily buy the normal stuff from Prime 1 or Sideshow. You know, they don't normally buy the Marvel stuff or the DC stuff, but a lot of people, dinosaur collectors, who will pick these up. So I think that's good business decision from Prime 1 to do some dinosaur statues to sort of capture a different market there. Now we're seeing some of their Bloodborne statues. We've got a new statue. I think this guy is the Crow, something like that. I played Bloodborne for about 15 minutes, and it was way too punishing for me. So I didn't last very long. And we've seen a couple of these before. That Lady Maria, I think, is getting into people's hands now, and it looks to have turned out fantastic. We got some Witcher statues. Geralt, who's already been up for pre-order, flashing his Igni there, and Yennefer with that. I can't remember his name right at the moment. That little dude that you meet in the Bloody Baron's castle, and it's pretty integral to the story. So it's nice to see that worked into the statue. And there's some stuff we've seen before from Fantastic Beasts, Harry Potter. This one is a really cool Neo game I've thought about playing. And it looked like something from Tekken 7. Didn't notice that before. Neo, thinking about playing, but again, my loft is under construction, so I'm playing PC games only right now. PlayStation is in the bedroom and not even hooked up to a TV right now. Should be getting some. We're getting some furniture and stuff here, and I've got. I look at Best Buy every morning to see if we got any sales on some new TVs here. Kind of debating between a couple. So we got some stuff from MacGyver. A lot of stuff here that we have seen before, and then I think these guys are from Full Metal Alchemist. So these are sort of smaller scale, not 1/3 scale statues from Prime 1, which is good to see that. But you can still see we got some big bases here. So Prime 1 always takes up a lot of real estate in the collection. Just fine. That's that's what they're going for. They're going for statues that tell a story, and that's one of their strengths. And one of the things that I really like is that Prime 1 pieces sort of tell a story, and they do have crazy, dynamic, and story-based bases, and that's kind of their signature. But it does. Can make them a little bit more difficult to display, especially with the larger scale statues. Like you see this guy. This guy is from Fist of the North Star. I'm not too familiar with this character or this anime, but I'm kind of aware it exists. It looks like they have some signature editions as well. So you can see this guy. It looks to be 1/3 scale, so he's going to take up a lot of real estate, both in his base footprint and then his height as well. So not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, just saying it's something to be aware of and something collectors have to think of when putting stuff into their collection, is how much space it's going to take and everything like that. So this looks like a half-scale Pennywise, and this is, I think, going to be Prime 1's first piece with mixed media. That would be frightening to have in a collection. Again, base is really cool. Tells a story. Looks like they're using some of that translucent resin there. Now the Terminator T800. When I was younger, growing up, I always dreamed of having like a T800 in a collection, either an ARM or something like that. But that's something always in the back of my mind, because as a kid I wanted that, but as an adult, the Terminator franchise has sort of been kind of ruined lately, right? I mean, I did like that Christian Bale movie, but anything with Arnold has been very, very lackluster. So Prime 1 did have some t-shirts and stuff there at their booth as well, so kind of interesting. Looks like they had a Guts sword pillow. So overall, I think Prime 1 had a great showing at Summer Wonder Festival. Some overall thoughts are some great pieces like Lobo with the Space Dolphins. Obviously the Berserk line is huge. Some stuff that is tempting me would be the 1/3 Deathstroke. Even though I've kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't say I've sworn off 1/3 scale. I'm trying to limit my 1/3 scales. I have two right now, Arkham Knight and Batman from Arkham Knight, and I'm trying to limit that. So, but I am doing some pieces from the Hush line, Batman, Superman. I'd like to add Nightwing. Maybe they'll throw a Robin in there too, and that Deathstroke might be added there as well. So now we're going to take a look at some of the pre-orders that have come up from Prime 1 Studio. A couple of the things that they showed off at Wonder Festival are now available for pre-order. So we're going to start with the Batman Who Laughs. Now, we're a couple days after the pre-order for this. Like I said, I'm shooting this on Saturday. Pre-order popped up for this on Thursday. And the deluxe edition is already sold out. So you can still get the collector edition right now. Alright, so we got the Batman Who Laughs statue. So I'm shooting this on Saturday. Pre-order came out on Thursday for the deluxe edition. The deluxe edition is currently waitlisted, but the collector edition is still available. So $1,199. Payment plans on Sideshow of $134.88 per month. This guy is expected to arrive January through March of 2020. So yes, 2020 pre-orders have begun. So the deluxe edition of this statue comes with a little extra Robin dude. I think they're calling him Damian Wayne. And then this guy comes without that. So a deluxe edition is waitlisted, but you can still get the collector edition. So this was a standout for me at San Diego Comic-Con and again at Wonder Festival. Big guy, big statue. He is going to be 33 inches tall, which is pretty big. Again, Prime 1s take up a lot of real estate, but they are able to pack in a lot of detail. And look at the back of that base. Prime 1 does pay attention to their statues from 360-degree angle, which is really cool. Even though you're not going to look at the back of the statue, those details better still be there. So some statue companies don't always pay attention to the backs of their pieces, and they can be kind of a little sloppy and gross in the back. And even though you're not going to look at that part of the statue, you still notice if it's sloppy and gross, and it does affect your overall opinion of the piece. I have a couple of statues, XM Studios early pieces, Daredevil, Black Bolt, etc. If you look at the back of those things, you can tell they didn't take as much time as the rest of the statue as they did on the back. You're not going to get that with these Prime 1 statues here. So again, a really cool piece. I haven't read these comics yet, so I don't know much about it. I don't know much about the Batman Who Laughs or the Dark Knight's Metal. I'm sure I'll probably read it at some point, but really cool for fans of a recent comic too. So I like that they have something that's recent from comics that are going on right now, even though technically won't get this piece until 2020. So you can probably guess, they say January to March, you can probably guess maybe May, June, later in 2020, and that's not even next year, right? That's not even 2019, that's 2020. So already getting into the 2020 realm. So another pre-order from Prime 1 this week was the Jet Power Optimus Prime. So I've got a short video of that, and we'll take a look at some pics in a bit. And so I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this statue doesn't really shoot jet sparks out of his jetpack, but this was sort of a dream project for Mr. J and Prime 1. So guess what? This guy's expensive. Yeah, he is really expensive. 36.7 inches tall. This guy is going to cost $3,199. The limited edition of 500 for the exclusive version. This guy is December 2019 through February of 2020. You can put him on payment plans for about $360 a month at Sideshow. That's a car payment right there, folks. But if you want this guy, you can always put him on a payment plan. This guy is huge. Sideshow exclusive is the right hand holding the fallen spark, left hand holding the fallen command staff. So I know a lot of people are going to be, I don't think people will be surprised by the price. Prime 1 did say, look, this is going to be expensive, especially after the Wonder Woman on horse incident where people were shocked by that price. They told everyone, look, this is going to be expensive. We're going to be more than $3,000. So that's what this guy is. So huge piece, amazing piece. Transformer fans gotta be happy with this one as long as you can afford it. Prime 1 statues, especially their Transformer statues, have never been cheap. So I kind of was expecting this, honestly, to be a little bit more expensive, maybe $3,500, $3,800, but $3,200. It's kind of lower than what I was expecting. So Prime 1 does great things with the Transformer line. This is just an amazing looking piece if you're a Transformer fan. So they did have a lot of details in this, a lot of details. That jetpack is just awesome. So they did also release a little video of this guy, so we got a 360 degree view here. Prime 1 has been doing this lately with their statues, which I think is really cool. So you can get a full look of what the actual piece looks like on video without all the effects from their pics there. So what is next for Prime 1 Studio? Looks like we have a T-Rex. They've got a T-Rex. So this guy is from Jurassic Park. Yeah, Jurassic Park 25th anniversary. This isn't up on Sideshow yet, but Prime One did release the gallery, so it should be up on Sideshow too. Maybe they're doing something else with their dinosaur statues, because I know Blue was on a different website than the Sideshow website, but this guy is on the Prime One Studio website right now. So there's that famous goat from the Jurassic Park scene. Yeah, so this Tyrannosaurus Rex is on the Prime One Studios website now. He is $849. You can do installment plans as well with Prime One Studio up to, look, this one has 13 installments, so you can do $60 a month on this guy, which is really cool. 1/15th scale is what they're calling this one. So really cool for Jurassic Park and dinosaur fans. So that's it this week for Prime One Studio. I will post links in the description of the video if you want to go to Sideshow and get some business done for either that Optimus Prime for you big ballers out there, or the Batman Who Laughs. Again, he is deluxe edition is waitlisted. If you want the deluxe edition, I would recommend jumping on the wait list because chances are you're going to be able to get him. But if you don't need that extra Robin statue, then the collector edition is available. So up next, now we're going to get to some more pre-orders. First one, something we saw at San Diego Comic-Con a couple weeks ago. This is from Cool Props. So this is the Neomorph from Alien Covenant. This is sort of the precursor to the Xenomorph. This is what we saw at the, spoiler alert, at the end of Prometheus. No, not Prometheus. We saw something at the end of Prometheus, and this was kind of in Alien Covenant, which is the second movie, and this is kind of still the precursor to the Xenomorph that the android dude was working on. So Alien Covenant kind of rewrote the alien lore and mythology, sort of made Alien versus Predator obsolete. But maybe we're in two different universes now. I don't know. So Alien fans, if you're looking to have a progression in your statues, you have the Neomorph here. Ooh, that is going to be a little pricey on that one. He is $1,199. They have planned about $135 a month on Sideshow. Arrival February through April of 2019. So next up, we got a statue from First 4 Figures. This is Spike Spiegel. He is $349.99. Estimated release date of Q3 of 2019. So I don't know anything about this guy. He is from Cowboy Bebop. So from the First 4 Figures website, it says Spike Spiegel, a former member of the criminal Red Dragon Syndicate who left by faking his own death, is a bounty hunter aboard the spaceship Bebop. He's first introduced as the partner of Jet Black, the captain of the Bebop, and the two of them pursue criminals all across the solar system. During his travels on the Bebop, he is drawn back into a bitter feud with Vicious, a rival from the Syndicate who wants to kill him. So, that's Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop. I guess he's a bounty hunter in a suit, which is interesting. So, you can do payment plans over at the First 4 Figures website as well. Also, I'll post a link in the comments when you're checking out the preview page. One thing that I love about First 4 Figures is they always release a video, the making of video for their statues. So on the website they have the Cowboy Bebop, the making of Spike Spiegel. You can take a look about more of this statue. They got video of their actual piece, and they talk about kind of the design and what went into making this statue. And I don't know about a lot about Cowboy Bebop, but I'm sure there are some anime fans out there who are definitely interested in this piece. So next up we got a little, some teasers. This is going to be from a brand new company, a DYE Collectibles. So having some SNK statues. So first up here, this guy is from the King of Fighters. This is Terry Bogard. And then we have a statue from Samurai Showdown. This is Genjuro Kibagami. So these are both going to be quarter scale statues from a new company, DYE Collectibles. I haven't seen a lot of love for either of these two licenses or lines, so it'll be interesting to see. I love, so I don't really know the characters, but this Genjuro looks really, really cool, and I kind of want to make me check out Samurai Showdown and see what that is all about. So no website that I'm aware of for DYE Collectibles. They just have a page over on Facebook, so I'll post the link there if anybody wants to check out those new SNK statues. So next up, we're going to talk some Sideshow Collectibles. They usually do stay a little bit quiet after San Diego Comic-Con. They got their big blowout, usually chill out for a little bit. They still have the Sideshow live videos, and I've still been watching a lot of San Diego Comic-Con videos too, just checking out all the new pieces there. But they did have a big pre-order this week, a piece we saw at San Diego Comic-Con. So this is the Marvel Rogue maquette, exclusive edition, no edition size, so limited edition is TBD, which I know a lot of collectors don't like. But it means you get to take your time pre-ordering her. A lot of people won't pre-order her until an edition size is announced, so you don't have to rush to pre-order this until an edition size is announced. But I'm impatient. I can never wait. So she has been put on my pre-order list. So they are calling this one a maquette, and you can sort of see why. This is a statue unlike any that I've ever seen. She actually looks like she's being held up by her right arm there. So I think because of the special design, that is why they're calling her a maquette and not a premium format, because she has a lot more. One, the cost is going to be higher, right? But there's a reason the cost is going to be higher. It's because of the construction of the statue. So she legitimately looks like she's flying here, and I think it's a great pose. So she is priced at $750, which payment plans as low as $80.44 a month. So the Sideshow exclusive, which we'll see here in a little bit, is the alternate classic portrait. So she, even though she's flying, she is going to be 22 inches tall, which is great, reasonably priced. Looks like she has some mixed media there with the jacket. I think this is a great, design. I think the character looks great. I really love this X-Men line. I'm going to be all in on these X-Men. I'm even going to get rid of some Avengers to make room for these X-Men. So like I said, I don't know, 24 times. For me, X-Men, I always had X-Men above Avengers in my reading order. movie order characters. Always loved them a lot more than I loved the Avengers. So this is a really cool. She's going to be released May through July of 2019. I think she's going to look fantastic with Wolverine, which I recently just got, Magneto, Mystique, Emma Frost, and guessing we'll probably see Psylocke soon. She was at San Diego Comic-Con, so we'll see her soon. And then they teased a Cable, and they teased a Juggernaut. So the Cable they're calling a premium format, and then the Juggernaut they're calling a maquette. So you can expect Cable to be somewhat reasonably priced. Prices have been going up. And then the Juggernaut, which I'm really looking forward to seeing, you can expect him to be probably Thanos priced, I would guess. Hopefully a little bit cheaper, but yeah, he'll be a pricey. So there's the ladies that are currently available to order, and then we got Wolverine and Magneto. Well, there's going into this line X-23, and then Psylocke. So looking forward to seeing some more. Sideshow does like to make female characters a lot, and so this line is female heavy right now, which is fine because they make beautiful statues. They're going to add some more of the men into the mix. I'm hoping to see Gambit, a new Cyclops. We probably won't see those guys for quite a while because we already know we're going to see Cable and Juggernaut first. I like that they're throwing villains in there too, so we're going to have a nice mix. I think that's going to make for an awesome display. So again, links in the description of the video below if you want to go to Sideshow and get some business done. I know I already got my business done. So next statue is something from Tweeterhead. This is part of their Superpowers line, and this is their Batman maquette, priced at $274.99. So for you collectors who are looking for something that's nice but still reasonable, this one is for you. You can do payment plans on Sideshow as well with these smaller pieces. Estimated arrival July through September of 2019. So he is a smaller scale. He's about 18 inches tall. So Tweeterhead is doing some smaller scale statues. I really like what they've been doing with this line. Classic characters, classic style, classic art. So if you like that old school art style, personally for me I like modern, more modern, 90s, and even more modern than that current comic book style. But for those of you who like that classic pre-digital art style, I think these Tweeterhead statues are really cool and really great. We've seen some great Jokers and Harleys and stuff from them. So one last picture that I wanted to share with you all is the Bane teaser from Prime 1. So this was posted earlier in the week. A teaser of Prime 1's Bane, very reminiscent of what Sideshow has put out. This guy is going to have a lot more details though, because it's going to be a bigger scale. So you can see some more details in the straps and everything. So who knows where we're going to see more of this guy. Definitely going to be a big boy. Ooh, if he's got to be 1/3 scale, right? So this is going to be, the one I have is a big boy, and he's in 1/4 scale. So this guy is going to be a big boy in 1/3 scale. Huge, 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 huge guy. So again, I'll post links in the comments section below if you want to go to any of these companies and get some business done. Some of these links, if you click, those companies will send a couple of bucks our way. So if you saw something you saw something that you liked in the show and you want to order it, you want to help support our channel, go ahead and click on the links below to order. So that's it this week for the previews and pre-orders. Next up, I'm just going to share some thoughts on what's going on with my collection. I have recently been able to clean up the collection room a little bit, and we're going to start moving some stuff around once we get our loft finalized. So I might be able to move a couple of cabinets up here, might be able to move a couple of pieces up here. So my wife's kind of doing like a sort of Disney theme, so might be able to sneak some Marvel or Star Wars pieces up here. And by sneak, I mean kindly ask permission to place pieces in the loft, please. So if it's going to be sort of that theme, I can sort of tie into it a little bit. So that'll give me a little bit more space downstairs in the collection room. So I've been promising a tour for a while, and we'll do a tour because I'm cleaning up all dust. I think I've been promising a new tour for about a year now, so definitely something I got to do. So next up on the radar for the channel, we're going to do next weekend the Guts review. And I'm going to do that sort of old style review, like how I first started the channel. So old school style review for Guts, and then we'll do another statue talk, and then the Wolverine review will be up after that. I still got to unbox Pop Culture Shocks 10. Kind of cooling on the Street Fighter line a little bit. I've had that guy for, I think, months now, and he's still in the box. That tells you how enthusiastic I am about that now. So also been thinking about selling a few pieces to make room for what's coming in. So Sideshows, Thor, Captain America, Hulk statues. I've got replacements for Thor and Captain America on order, but I'll get rid of the Hulk as well. Blitzway Rocky and 1/3 Akuma are currently on my chopping block, and probably PCS Vega as well. The Ultraline Vega as well are going to be on the chopping block to make some room for some more stuff, both in the budget and in the collection. So here's the part of the review that we would usually do call Kato's Corner, but since Kato is currently in Las Vegas, probably placing bets on the UFC fight that's going to be on Saturday, Cody Garbrandt and TJ Dillashaw rematch. I think he's going to place a bet on that. I'm just going to call this Joe's Corner then, and we're going to go through some comments and questions that you had on our videos over the past 2 weeks. So first up, we got Faded to Triumph, who says in relation to the Prime 1 Guts unboxing, he says, I had that same problem with the sword. You need to twist it in, and it is the wrong direction. We've got a lot of feedback, a lot of comments on that, and yes, it was in the wrong direction, but now that I've figured it out and worked on it, I can do both swords without any problems now that I know how it goes and how it's supposed to be. It took me a little bit to get the sword right on those videos, or on that statue during that unboxing video, but I have it pretty good now. But thank you, Faded, for the feedback. James Kirk, responding to the San Diego Comic-Con video, says, I thought X23 looked sexy as, and I'm going to keep this kid-friendly today, but I thought she looked sexy as well. Really like those females. Even some stuff that I didn't think I was going to like Emma Frost. I was hesitant to order her, but I saw her, Sideshow booth pics and video. She looked good. So did X23. Kwong's not sold on her, but I really liked her a lot. So Aaron, or Aaron, as Kato would say, in response to the Wolverine unboxing, says, at 5'10", I thought it broke. Also can't wait to see those claws in person, looks good. Joe and Kato, always a pleasure. So yeah, 5'10", I think that's the clunk into the base. I was a little bit worried as well. It's not a sound you want to hear. Almost everyone has been having problems with those pegs, but you can get it in there. I wouldn't put too much pressure on that. I would probably go in the back, use a blow dryer to kind of loosen it and wiggle it. Really, really light, really careful if you're going to do that kind of stuff, but it can be done. So, and it brings up an interesting question I saw in the Geminites Facebook group. A shout out to Gem Mint Collectibles and their channel, the Facebook group called Geminites. Someone had asked what, as far as quality goes, who's better, XM, Prime 1, or Sideshow? And sort of my answer was XM for packaging and getting unbroken products to you. They're absolutely the best. And then Sideshow and Prime 1 are kind of here. Some Sideshow, I think, construction of their overall pieces is better, but I think Prime 1 has a better reputation for getting statues to you without breaking. I personally have had neither one of them, received broken pieces from neither one of them. Excuse me. But I do see more people post broken stuff on Sideshow rather than Prime 1. That could just be biased based on the Facebook posts I am seeing, though. From personal experience, never had a broken piece from either one. Sideshow's construction has always been on point, except for this recent Wolverine. That's the only recent hiccup I have had. And then Prime 1 pieces, guts, still not fitting together good. Even though I have the swords figured out, during the review video, you'll be able to see where, some parts in his arm, stuff doesn't quite fit correctly. And one of my puck pieces, I can't even keep on the statue, and it broke because it just plopped off. That's not great either. So Prime 1 could improve its construction of its statues for sure, but they usually get statues to you in one piece, so that's good. So Bruce Taylor says, loving it in response to Wolverine. Gonna get the X22 to pair with this beauty. So am I. I think that's a great idea. Mac Collection says, dope unboxing, guys. Thank you, Mac, for that. John Band says, what statue are you waiting to be delivered, or have you pre-ordered? So Batwoman and Captain America are going to be the ones coming up more recently than the others. A lot of stuff on the pre-order list, but those are going to be coming in. Those two are going to be coming in sooner than the lot of the rest. So John Band also says, in response to Wolverine, a nice unboxing. Really wish that hand would light up or flicker. Mine's arriving on Monday. Sure, the Sentinel hand, if it had some light up features, would make it a lot cooler, but if you want that, the price is going to go up too, so be careful what you wish for. The Asus Blade said you guys should check XM Studio, statue quality much better. So like I said, XM Studios definitely gets you your piece on time, not on time, in one piece, and their packaging and is second to none. They're on a whole new level of packaging for their stuff, but construction-wise, they've been good as well. I mean, they're not great, but they're good. I mean, my Black Bolt has a little wobble to him, and some of the backs of their pieces aren't finished. Even though you're not going to look at them, they're not finished and they're not as good as the front. So they do still have some stuff they need to work on too. Randy Willridge says, hey guys, I'm new to the channel and statue collecting. Thanks for great work. Any idea when you will be posting the actual view of the statue? This will be my first statue in my collection. So a little bit behind on that video because Guts is kind of huge and he's kind of a pain. It's kind of a pain to shoot. He did spin on the turntable, but he takes up a lot of room. but I got the video shot, and that's going to go up next weekend for you. So he also asked, Randy also asked, will you be collecting the rest of the line? And I don't think so, because where I place guts, you'll see I'm not, I won't have a lot of room for anything else. So I definitely need to get, free up some room. Got to free up some room for the X-Men, that's my priority, and kind of have some future pieces that I know are going to come out that I'm going to need some room for. Cable and Juggernaut. You know, it's going to be a while before we actually see them in hand, but definitely got to have an eye on the future. So, Angry Rambo Show, last one, says digging into Court of the Dead stuff, very Blood Soulish. And he says Court of the Dead doesn't need to be an MMO, just an online multiplayer. So Angry Rambo Show does love the Court of the Dead stuff. I really like it too. They got a huge line, really great looking stuff, some massive stuff. I do kind of love that motif. I would love to have a room just dedicated to a Court of the Dead stuff. I think that would be great. And I think that would be awesome. So Court of the Dead, definitely dig it, but I can't start a new line. So you got to resist some ways. I don't have like a connection to Court of the Dead. It's easier for me to resist. So thanks, guys. Keep the comments and questions coming. We will be sure to share some of those comments and questions on the next episode. Hope you enjoyed this latest episode of Statue Talk. Kato will be back in the next episode, so let Kato and I know what you think of some of the topics we covered in this week's episode in the comment section below. You may even share some of your questions or comments on the next episode. Now, if you're a seasoned collector like me or beginner collector like Kato and you can't wait a whole 2 weeks to find the latest statue news, check out our website, statuereview.com, and give us a like on Facebook. Website will have links to our videos as well as photo galleries of our pieces. Facebook page will have the exact same thing, but I'll also share news from around social media concerning statues, such as pre-orders, previews, etc. to those places. So if you get sick of scrolling through all of the nonsense that clouds your Facebook feeds and you just want to check out some statues, that's why I have that page, so you can just do that very easily. So also don't forget to subscribe to our channel to keep up to date on our latest unboxings, reviews, and statue talk. And remember, statue collecting is more than just a hobby, it's a lifestyle. This has been Joe Prodzik. Thanks for watching.